down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brezzy.
and tonight we're talking about Gremlins. And I think I had a gremlin hit my headset right there, right off the bat. Did you see that? Oh, look at that!
So
Mogwai!
people not seeing the YouTube, I have Gizmo.
Mogwai!
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yay!
Oh,
So cute. They are so cute. Before we even get started, they kind of look like Baby Yoda in a way, don't they? Like if
oh yeah.
like furry Baby Yodas.
I haven't even thought about that. Even though I'm a Star Wars fan too, but yeah, they do
Nice.
feel like similar to that.
And that's just the start of all the fun things you're going to learn about Gremlins on this episode of Talk Bloody to Me. So, Breezy, do you remember the three? Well, we should talk about when did Gremlins come out?
Oh fuck, probably 90? Is it 90?
No, it's way before that, 1984.
Okay, so I went
Yeah.
a little bit back.
Yeah. But it was produced by Steven Spielberg and
Mhm.
directed by, I think it's Joe Dante or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Joe.
And stars Zach Galligan as Billy and Phoebe Cates as his girlfriend. Name just completely spaced.
And Zach was actually at CrypticCon 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, he was. Yep.
Yep.
Did you
Yep.
meet him?
Yes, I did. Look,
Oh my gosh, look at that autographed photo with the Mogwai, Billy
yep.
himself.
He's actually Zach is actually a really, really nice guy. Very, 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 very kind.
Nice. I remember seeing him across the room, but I didn't actually meet him. But he looked like a
Yeah,
nice
he
guy.
was actually holding like the this kind of gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't in the box. He actually had it like in his hands or whatever.
Aw.
Yep,
Oh,
and then I did ask him a few just like a few questions about him filming Gremlins.
okay, cool.
And so like the question that I asked, like, how was it filming with Gremlins? Was it hard? Was it easy? And he said that it was actually pretty dang easy.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Nice.
Very easy.
Well, that's cool. Well, I mean, I know a lot of movies you hear about how it's just an absolute nightmare. You watch the movie and it looks all fun, and you're like, "Oh, that would be so cool to have that job to be making these movies." And then you hear the stories of behind the scenes. It was just horrible and fighting and like staying up all night working and all of that kind of stuff. So,
Hey, at least this is not CGI.
right, exactly. I like practical effects so much better than CGI.
Hmm.
You can like they have a tangible quality that CGI just can never really seem to capture.
Yep.
But for anyone who doesn't know what Gremlins is about, it is Christmas time, and Billy's dad is going through Chinatown, and he finds a little antique shop, and he finds this the cutest little thing. It's a furry little guy named Gizmo, and the owner doesn't want to sell it to him, but
Well, he doesn't really say Gizmo because uh
oh, that's right, they
He
name him
actually, yeah,
later.
Billy named him Gizmo, but in the beginning of the movie, it was Mogwai.
Right, that's right. But so he doesn't want to sell him, but he decides to leave, and then the owner's nephew sells it to him and says there's three rules. Do you remember what the three rules are, Breezy?
Do not feed them after midnight.
Yup,
No water
yup,
and the light. He
yup.
hates bright lights.
Exactly. Bright light, bright light.
God, he's so cute. I can't
Yeah.
get enough of him.
So what ends up happening is they bring him home. Billy gets him. Gizmo's cute and adorable. There's all kinds of cool 80s just like time capsule. And there's the little Pac-Man machine that they're playing. Oh, Corey Feldman, talking about 80s time capsule. We got a young Corey Feldman is his friend and spills some water on him. And you get when the water hits him, you get what happens.
They like kind of like poop out with little baby like gremlins. They're like like a football, like kind of like a cotton ball. That's
Yep.
what it reminds me of at first. And
Yep.
then they go like it kind of like it sounds like a farty noise, kind of like, but like they like grow into like the gremlins.
hmm Well, first,
Mogwai, another Mogwais.
yep, there you go. They grow into other Mogwais, but these ones are a little bit more mean-spirited. They're kind of a pain in the butt, and
Hmm.
they're mean to Gizmo, and they're not as nice. And uh,
And like the stripe is like that's what they name him is Stripe because he had a like a little stripe.
oh
But
yeah,
they always say like he's like the leader of the pack. So
hmm
whatever he does, the other mean ones go
yep,
and do mean stuff.
yep. He's like the alpha of the bad Mogwais.
Mhm.
Yep. And so they're playing their little Pac-Man game and they're doing all kinds of fun stuff. And he brings one to the school and they make another Mogwai, the teacher does, and that's when you get them knocking on the box. They're like, "Toot,
Yep.
toot, toot." That's kind
That is so
of
cute.
yeah. Um,
And when you there was a reel that you sent to me, I'm like, you know what? That's me and you.
yep.
Hello, Matt. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, so that's he's gonna study him or something. And then it's nighttime. Oh, and they're hungry, they're begging for food. He looks at the clock. Oh, it's not midnight, so it's safe to feed them. So he gives them some food, but then uh-oh.
But lo and behold, that the clock stopped. So he probably didn't either plug it. No, I think they unplugged it actually,
I think either they unplugged it or they chewed
or
through the
they chewed
cord.
on it. Yep.
Yeah, I think they show they chewed through the cord, so the cord's unhooked. So
Hmm.
yeah. So it is after midnight. And then what happens?
They tend to wasn't in that like that cage type deal with that big huge like alien looking shell type deal.
Yeah, like a cocoon. Because
Yeah.
the one at the lab like got a snack, like was able to reach something
Yep.
too. So then they
Oh,
turn
and
it.
his peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. And so they turn into like big green alien looking cocoons, and then eventually they hatch into the gremlins, the gremlins, the green sort of lizardy looking ones. And Stripe had the white stripe on his head. Now he has kind of like a fin almost on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of cool, badass. And then you get probably the most epic scene, one of the most epic scenes in the whole movie is when the mom takes on the five original gremlins, and
Yep.
you get some, there's gore in this movie, but there's not really human gore, but there's gremlin gore.
Yeah. It's rated PG.
Yeah. And
But
actually trivia on that is this was before there was a PG-13 rating. And so this was rated PG and I guess a lot of parents complained that it was too violent and too gory. And the same thing had happened with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So Steven Spielberg,
what?
yeah, exactly, because of the monkey
That's
brain.
the same thing that happened at like with Jaws, because he's a Steven Spielberg was
Yep.
the first one that did actually did Jaws.
Yep. So Steven Spielberg told them they need to make a new rating in between PG and R, and that's when they made PG-13. So it was because of Steven Spielberg and Gremlins and Indiana Jones that happened.
Yep.
Fun fact. But anyway, do you remember how the Gremlins get killed in the
I
house?
I like when well it all started at the kitchen. I like the kitchen scene. So
Yep.
there's like multiple scenes I like in the kitchen.
hmm
One was like she's like ended up spraying uh some stuff at one of the gremlins and it went into the microwave and she
Yeah.
slammed it, put it on high and he just and then a
Yeah.
there's that one and then there's another one that I like is there was another one that um one of those
The
spinny things.
blender.
Yeah, the blender. I don't think it was a blender, but it was like the spinning wheel and
Oh, like a food processor.
I think so, like a baking
Oh,
type
maybe.
mixer.
I
Mixer, there you go.
Oh, a mixer. Yeah, it's got its head down in it and its legs
Yeah.
hanging out, and then she turns it on, and there's like a green spray, and the legs go
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's almost where to when this like my older cousins were all like, "Oh, you gotta see Gremlins," and the part they always talked about was the gremlin in the microwave, and so I was expecting that, but no one told me about legs spinning around with the spray of gore, and that was almost worse in a way as a little
Right.
kid. Awesome though. And then I don't remember what else happens.
Oh, and then you got the neighbors
Oh yeah.
because
There
they were outside and then they got in that tractor. No, at first they were on the tenna and then they broke in a nap because they were watching TV. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
oh yeah.
And so he ended up checking the TV and the TV antenna and well, it was breaking half. And then all of a sudden you got the mean one on the tractor and they came right in the house, just bulldozed the house pretty much. But they
Yup.
were screaming. They were both screaming. So I don't know if they actually got killed, but I don't.
Yup. Um, I know eventually I think the mom kills four out of the five, but Stripe gets away and jumps in the swimming pool. He like goes to the YMCA and jumps in the swimming pool, and then you have hella gremlins all over
Yeah.
town. Then the town is infested, and you get remember the lady on the chair that goes up the stairs?
Oh, that little mean girl.
Yeah, the one that
Lady.
she was threatening to have Billy's dog put to sleep because she said it was mean, even though it was just like a big dopey dog. And then she's on
Yeah.
the little automatic chair that goes up the stairs, and the gremlins tamper with the wiring, so she goes 100 miles an hour, then out the window
Yeah.
across the sky.
Mm-hmm.
The
And then
satisfying death.
they also go in the bar. I love that bar scene. They're like
Oh,
having cigarettes, like yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He's like they're like drinking alcohol and they were just having fun. And
yeah.
the bartender was just going crazy. Like she doesn't know what to do. So
Hmm.
she keeps feeding them alcohol. And then there's like the one scene like one of the gremlin was on top of the ceiling fan and she pulled it and just like
Oh,
and then they're just like
yeah.
laughing. Oh my.
Is there the flasher gremlin? I don't remember if that's in this or Gremlins 2, where there's the gremlin with the trench coat and then opens it up like like it's flashing.
uh I don't really recall.
Okay. Anyway, that's in one of these movies. I thought
I
that
know
might have been at the bar scene.
I know there was one with looks like a robber.
Oh, yep.
So is
Hmm.
that one you're talking about?
No.
Then it's probably number two.
Probably Gremlins. They're in New York. That makes more sense in Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is also Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, there's a story that Billy's girlfriend tells about her dad dressing up like Santa Claus and getting stuck in the chimney and dying. Kind of just
Mm,
comes out of left field.
jeez.
Yeah. Apparently there was controversy. Like the writer of the movie like insisted that scene be in, and Steven Spielberg was like, why is the point of this scene? And he's like, well, it sums up the whole movie. It's like
Right, it's
tragic, but
Christmas theme.
right, it's Christmas and it's funny, but it's also sad and it's violent and it's gory and scary and everything all together. And that's what Gremlins is. So it sums up the whole movie. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, well, that does make sense actually.
So what type of Gremlins do you like? Do you like the normal or do you like the green kind?
Well, the Mogwai are cute and fun and would be like a good pet, but the green gremlins are fun to watch tear around and like get in trouble and that kind of thing. So
So you like the green
I
ones?
think I like the green ones better. How about you?
Oh, if you so to watch, what about owning one?
So owning one, I'd rather have a Mogwai.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you really want to own a green one? I would say on my end on both side.
Hmm.
I do like the green, but I only like stripe.
Uh-huh.
But I like my Mogwai, my Gizmo. That's why I took him home.
Yeah. When did you get that?
I got that probably 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, he's cute. But he's
So,
probably saying, bright, bright, bright light.
Bright light, bright light. What is that when they take the picture? They take the picture and there's the flash bulb, and then he goes, bright
Yeah,
light, bright
what's
light.
Twilight?
Yeah. Towards the end of the movie, the sun is going to come up, and as we know, sunlight will kill these gremlins, and so they all start to gather in the movie theater, and that's a fun part. The one's got like the popcorn thing on its head, and they're like
Uh-huh.
screaming. They're watching Snow White, and they're like throwing popcorn and all in the rows of the seats. It's just a really fun scene.
They just don't like that. They want action.
Right? They want to watch Terrifier. They don't
Oh
want to watch
yeah.
Snow White. Um, and then what do they do? Do they like blow up the movie theater or something?
I believe so, yeah. It's
Yeah,
been
they
a while.
yeah. And then they all except once again Stripe, the little bastard that he is, gets away and gets to the store next door where there's like a fountain, and he's gonna jump in the fountain and start this mess all over again. And then finally they pulled open the drapes, the skylight opens, and the sun gets him, and it's like as he was in the water, so he was already starting to like bubble up and pop off the ones, but then the sunlight hits him, so he's all bubbly and like melty, like ah.
Yeah, kind of like vampire,
Yeah. It's pretty
pretty
sweet
much.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's Gremlins.
Hmm.
And then
We
they
do
made
have Gremlins too, but we'll talk about that later on.
we'll talk about that later on. A lot of people have made the comparison between Gremlins and Gremlins 2 as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, in that the second one is kind of goofier and a little bit more comedic and a little bit more less serious and more silly. So,
Yeah,
kind of an interesting comparison there.
I do. I want to talk about a little bit of two. I
Hmm.
do like Greta.
Yeah. Greta, you can't beat Greta.
Oh no, she's
Yeah,
sexy, sexy
exactly.
gremlin.
Greta's the female sexy gremlin
Mm-hmm.
with her fishnet stockings and
Heck yeah.
I like the brain one, the smart one that talks
Oh,
on the TV show.
yep, yep.
Yay, gremlin.
Well,
So
what would you rate it?
I think I'm gonna have to give it 10 out of 10. I
I'll
really
give
like
it
it a
10.
lot.
I'll give it 10, 10 too. It's a classic one for
It
sure.
is. It's a classic. It's Steven Spielberg was on a real winning streak here. He's like making the Indiana Jones movies, Jaws first, and then E.T., and then Indiana Jones and Gremlins, and it's like, man, this guy's got a
And
bright
Jurassic
future
Park.
ahead of him. Oh yeah,
And
exactly.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So 10 out of 10 Gremlins, and it's a Christmas movie.
It is. It's
It,
considered a Christmas movie. That's why
yep.
I'm like, oh my God, Gremlins. I can't wait.
Oh, real quick, another trivia thing. Me and my cousins used to do this all the time. If there's a part when they're in the house and they knock the Christmas tree over on Billy's
Oh,
mom, and
yep.
if you pause it at just the right time, you can see a stagehand pushing over the tree.
What?
Yeah, it's for real. I've seen it many times, and you can Google it and look it up. But yeah, you can if you pause it at just the right time, you can see like a stagehand shoving the tree over.
Wow.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops. They
Yeah.
didn't caught that in time
Right.
before they
Exactly.
like released it.
Yeah. What happened, Steven Spielberg? Come on.
Yeah, what happened?
Jeez. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another edition of Talk Bloody to Me. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Um, we always are taking requests. Even if you've requested something before, you can request something again.
Mhm.
And Breezy likes the most sick and twisted, effed up things you can imagine. So don't feel shy about request. See if you can
Oh
make
yeah.
me throw up and Breezy happy. So
Oh yeah.
that's the challenge.
As long as you don't eat.
Right, exactly. All right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.